Hey guys, welcome back. Modi 101 here, and we are frozen. No, we're fine. We're back in Enigmatica, picking up a little bit after we left off. I don't think I did a whole lot in reference to any of this. This is still kind of set up, and we can use it for whatever. It's still chugging along slowly but surely. We are filling up on some essence. These guys are still running on the same liquid bead as before. You can see we got some goodies in here. This isn't currently running just because we wanted to save up on some essence. I did claim some quests. I ended up getting a common black hole tank with essence in it, which is pretty awesome. So that's cool. But I think today we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to eat some of our gourmet squid ink pasta. And as you can see, what's in my inventory is some stuff from my brain stopped, from Mechanism. So we did make this metallurgic infuser. I did make another ender cell because if you remember, we stole this one to use down there. So I made another one of those, and what I did for that is I moved this setup up here. So up here, it doesn't have to look quite as pretty. It's directly connected to this. So, I mean, it's still, going well, and that's what I needed to be able to make that other guy. All right, so I want to make some of the Mechanism machines, and I think what we're going to start with is kind of the more basic of them. And what I mean by that is one of the things it wants us to make is an enchantment chamber, or enchanting, what is it called? Chamber. Enrichment chamber. Wow, my brain is not working. But there are different versions. So you have the basic enrichment chamber, and then you have the enriching factory, basic, advanced, elite, and ultimate. And basically what this is a big thing, and a lot of you guys know this, but anybody who may be new to this, this can do one operation, whatever that is, one operation at a time. And then they kind of go up. I think this could do 3 and then 5, 7, 9. It's kind of ridiculous. And they have this for a lot of the machines. So let's go ahead and look at this guy. We're going to go ahead and hit A on this so it puts it into our list. And I have kind of already pre-made some alloy, made some basic control circuits, and we got a little bit of steel. Now I did make it this way for the steel, but it still ended up being this version of steel. Hopefully this will work. So if we pop in here and we look at the first thing, we have that. We need to grab some redstone. We have iron in the thing. We need to make the steel casing. And this is where we need the steel, a little bit of osmium. And we're going to go ahead and make a few of these just to kind of get them out of the way. All right, so let's make this guy. All right, so we made ourselves an enrichment chamber. Do I have any more of the power cables on me? The power cables. Let's see what we got in here, if we have any, if we're going to have to make some. Well, we got 3. And you know what? For now, that'll be just fine. So we'll just kind of come across like this. All right, so the enrichment chamber, if we pop this guy down, we look in here, you can see that it's one item. And if we look here at recipes, ether stone into carved, there's 137 things in here. So a lot of this we can just do, changing some blocks from one to another, almost like cooking cobblestone in a stone. A lot of blocks, but there's a lot of other stuff we can do with this. So let's go ahead and pop in our book. We're going to get a Mechanism loot thing. We're going to get some enriched redstone and some enriched carbon, which is pretty awesome. Then you can see this kind of gets us going on a bunch of other ones. But before we get ahead of ourselves, what is this? Gauge dropper. Better than a stick in the eye. It's bound to happen with pipes and cables running everywhere. Who knows what's going to get into that machine when it's plonked down. Water, hydrogen, and once things are in, oftentimes it's not clear how to get them out. This is where the gauge dropper comes in. Okay. This small tool will help extract unwanted inputs from various machines. Clicking on an input inside the GUI of the machine with the dropper will extract a small amount of, okay, so it's like an eyedropper. All right. This is interesting. I've never made one of these, but let's go ahead and make one up and See if we have it. Let's see what we have glass-wise. We just need to make some more glass panes. There we go. That should be more than enough. And we'll pick this up, and there we go. We got ourselves that guy, and that gives us another idea. Let's see what we got. We got ourselves speed upgrades. We got ourselves an advanced chemical tank. We got ourselves some basic pressurized tubes. These are the gases tubes. So not bad. Some little freebies right there. All right, so let's go ahead and let's check out this one. There's a limit to the number of speed upgrades that can go into a machine. After that, expanding sideways is the only option to speeding things up. Thankfully, the tier installers make this somewhat cheaper than simply tossing down 9 more machines full of upgrades. Remember, it's all about being efficient. To apply a tier installer, simply sneak right-click on a machine, place it in the world. Progression through each tier is required. So we're going to make the most basic one, which is the basic one. We're going to hit A on that. We're going to come over here, and we're going to go ahead and make this. All right. And there we go. So we got that. Now, if we bring this over here, and we shift-click it on here, if you notice, the machine changed. So now, and I was telling you how they go up. So this is the basic one. So now, this is what we use to make these control circuits, the alloy, the steel. And now it can run 3 at a time. That's pretty cool. That's cool. And it's better than okay, so we look this up. Let's look up infusing. And it's probably going to be about the same. So if you notice, control circuits, redstone, iron, and then the metallurgic infuser, which is the machine that was there before. So the recipe isn't all that different. It's exactly the same, except they've just got a piece of wood in the middle. But you don't have to break the machine to be able to do this. That's pretty cool. So we look at the enrichment chamber, right? What am I missing? These. So if we take another one of these basic ones, and we've got the enrichment chamber, so we've got 1 input, 1 output, right? And we shift-click it on there. Now we've got 3. And that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and gather that. What did we get? We got an elite tier installer. Now these, I know that you have to go up in order. So we could not use this elite tier one, I don't believe, because well, screw it, let's find out. Yeah, see, we can't use it. So what we would have to do is put in the basic one, which we did, and then make the advanced one, put that in, and then we'd be able to use the elite one. I think the elite one is the second highest. Let's look at these real quick. Basic, advanced, elite, and then the ultimate. So to make an advanced one, we have to get advanced control circuits, which is really not that difficult. So, all right, so let's go ahead and see if we can make a machine that might help us. So we got a precision sawmill here, and once again, we've got the precision sawmill and then the factories, which kind of go up. So let's go ahead and grab that one. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to do that. There's our precision sawmill. Perfect. So now if we stick this guy here, once again, we've got, one spot. So if we grab some oak, let's grab a piece of oak now. Generally, I'll show this for example. We put a piece of oak in, we get 4 planks. Pretty standard vanilla stuff. But if we throw this in here, now these machines, they all make sounds. That's all I'm going to tell you. They all make sounds. So if you get a bunch of them going at once, you're going to lose your mind. But we have now gotten 2 more planks than we would have just by doing the normal crafting. And we got sawdust. Not as tasty as wood chips, but still good. And let's go ahead and hit uses on this. We can make dye base for mechanism with some clay. We can use this to make paper. Sawdust flooring, that's kind of cool. Another way to make paper. We can make a block of sawdust, and we can make ourselves a cardboard box. That's pretty cool. And then it can be used to make charcoal dust. It helps make hydrogen, all kinds of different things. So that's one of the advantages to this, is now we can get better efficiency from wood, and that's just the sawmill one. All right, let's do this real quick. I'm going to throw some of these kind of interesting gifts we got in here. All right, so what do we have now? And that gets us a cardboard box. Now, let's see if I remember how these work. So the way, besides being able to make your place look like a warehouse, if we grab a chest, right, let's just see if we can get just a regular, can a Modi get a chest? Just give me a regular chest. Let's do that. Come around like this. All right, let me see if these are the ones they think. So, if we have a chest, we put stuff in it, then we break said chest, everything pops out, right? But I believe if we do that, and then we do this, nope, that's not it. That. So if you notice, we went over the chest. If we click on it, we can't get into it, we don't have access to it. But now if we pick this up, right, move it over here, and then shift click it off, if you notice even though we were facing this way, it's still orientated this way, and what's in it stayed there. I believe, don't quote me on this, that you might actually be able to do this with spawners as well. But I think it works on more than just chests. So if you wanted to, once again, I did it at a weird angle. So there we go. So, we could use that to pick up that block. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, so it's almost like it's giving you silk touch. I guess technically you could do this in a wall and get, like, say, a diamond with it. It seems like it would just be an absolute pain in the butt, because I don't think these boxes stack. But once again, like I said, you can use it on whatever, and I think you can use it on spawners. So we'll just kind of stick that over there for now, but that's pretty cool. And that's what we can make with that sawdust that we get, in essence, for free from the sawmill. So that's pretty neat. All right, so we kind of worked our way through there. What do we got here? A crusher. The crusher is an integral machine to advance ore processing methods, but it also can be used to mash up organics to make biofuel, which can be further refined into I don't even know what that is. All right, so let's go ahead and grab that. We are going to need 2 buckets of lava, so we're going to need to get another bucket real quick. I will say I'm a big fan of Mechanism. I've always kind of liked this mod. And there's some crazy elaborate things you can do with it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make ourselves the crusher. All right, there we go. We'll save one of the buckets. There's that. And we're going to stick this guy here. So once again, what this will do, and I don't know if I have any ore. Let's see. We don't. Let's see what happens when we take an ore chunk. This is what we get when we actually go mining. So we take an ore chunk, we throw it in here. Okay, we can't. Let's look at some of the recipes. Once again, it's 128 pages. Okay, can we make iron ore? I just want to see. Oh, okay, it's a straight 1-to-1 conversion. Okay, so let's take one, all right, and then we stick it in the crusher. Is it not the crusher I'm thinking of? What the hell is this crush? I think I'm getting this confused with another machine. You can turn ores into dust. That's kind of cool. You can get some of the prismarine stuff and get kind of some of the stuff back. Some of the ingots. All right, I'm thinking about something else. All these biofuels, which pretty much anything organic can be turned. You can see this is a lot of the pages. So many organic things. You can make dusts from a lot of the ores and items like that. That's another big chunk of these. And then I guess you can break down blocks to their more core form. I always get the crusher mixed up with other stuff in this mod. All right, so that's going to get us that and some oranges. Nice. What did that get us? Some dynamic tanks. Sweet. That we might actually be able to use Shift plus N. Whoop. What did that do? That was weird. All right, that might be a tank we might be able to build, which we could use downstairs. All right, let's go ahead real quick and do at power. And let's go ahead and make ourselves some more basic energy cables if we have the stuff to do so. There we go. Because we are flying through these machines. So we'll go ahead and we'll just, come all the way across here. I think the enrichment chamber, let's look real quick because we didn't really mess with this guy. So this guy we put ore in. Okay, this is the machine I constantly get mixed up. So if you noticed, one of these iron chunks turn into one iron ore, and that one iron ore will pop out and become 2 iron dust, right? So if we click uses on this, besides the building stuff, we can throw it in, and each dust makes an ingot. So we can easily take any of the iron, or really any of the stuff that we got, push it through this machine, and double it. Now, once it's an ingot, we won't be able to double it again, but, so that takes care of that. All right, so that took care of that one. What do we got here? I'm trying to find ones that will actually help us. What do we got here? Pressure reaction chamber. I'm feeling there's other machines I'd want to make, but it's really kind of pushing us this way. So we might as well stick with the whole thing. So let's check out this guy. This is the osmium compressor. Obsidian and glowstone by themselves are brittle materials. Well, obsidian isn't. Despite their interesting properties, by refining them and bonding them with a substrate such as osmium, they create alloys that are easier to work with while maintaining their unique nature. Okay, well, let's make this guy. Once again, we're going for the more basic one. Now, this one does kind of kick us up, so we're going to have to make some of these guys here. So let's go ahead and make 2 of these, just for our needs right now. Let's not go crazy. All right, there's 2 of those. And there we go. There's the osmium compressor. So we'll go ahead and let's grab one more power thing. Nope, that's not where we want to go. Give me that back. All right. And then we're going to stick this guy here. So we click recipe. You can see adding glowstone to osmium makes refined glowstone ingots. Same thing with obsidian. That's it. Those are the 2 things. Now, if we click uses on, say, this, you can see we can make weapons. It's going to help with later build or later machines. We can make tools and armor. Oh, we're going to get a robot. I'm bound and determined to get get ourselves a little buddy over here. So, but we're gonna have to do some work to get there. But yeah, you can kind of see, and then if we put this through a crusher, we can get the dust. Beacon payments. Okay, interesting. Let's see, what else do we got here? These are other machines we haven't even gone to. Foundry, we can make it into juice. We can make an ingot cast. That seems like a waste. Modifiers for the tinker stuff we can use. So basically, like I said, it's not something we're going to use a ton of, but it is something we are going to need for later items in the build. What do we got here? Teleporter frame, some armor. We've got a quantum entanglopator. What? Entanglopator, whatever. Chemical crystallizer, that one I can say. The atomic disassembler, which is something we're definitely going to want to make. So yeah, once again, all we do with this guy is we just stick some, we need refined obsidian dust though, which is in the crusher or the metallurgical infuser. It's obsidian dust. So there's kind of a process, and I think that process we're going to kind of jump into in the next episode. Let's see what we get. We get ourselves a personal chest, and we got some more energy upgrades, which will definitely help out. So, all right, guys. Well, there we go. We will pick up making our machines in the next episode. I want to try and get to 3 times ore processing in the next episode or two. And that's where we take one, say, iron ore and have it end up. Right now we have it 1 to 2. So we have 1 iron ore is getting us, in essence, 2 ingots. But there is a way to get this to make it 3 ingots. So we'll get into that. So, all right, guys, if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up. Questions, comments, concerns, put it down in the comments section. Make sure you check out my Patreon if you want to help support the channel. You can get access to this server plus 11 others. Hang out in the Discord. Be in my Saturday streams and Sunday streams now. And, yeah, and have all that kind of fun and make some really cool, awesome friends in an awesome community. Go check that out. And lastly, if you want to get your own server, head on over to Host Havoc. Use the link down below. That way they know you're coming from one of my videos. And don't forget, guys, I actually have a merch store. So if any of you guys are itching to get some Modi merch, you got a little Christmas gift card or something like that. I have hoodies and hats and T-shirts and all kinds of stuff. The link is down in the description. Go check it out. And yeah, until next time, I want to thank you all so much for hanging out, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.